All right, welcome back, and thank you for staying with us on Daybreak Extra. And just before we introduce our next guest on the show, it's just to remind you that Media Trust, in collaboration with CDD, is hosting a town hall meeting in Katsina State at the moment. Our team, is actually there to cover the event, and this particular event is a governorship, Debates, yes, the governorship debate. So 5 candidates, in Katsina State, gubernatorial candidates in Katsina State are expected to grace the occasion and will be entertaining questions as regards their manifesto. It's happening today, 10 a.m. All right, so with that, we'll move on to, the show.
Okay, welcome back. On today's topic, we'll be talking about what are the aspects of a good 3D interior design. And 3D design is advancing, is cost efficient, faster, more effective and easier while providing clients with a better understanding of the idea. Now it has become available to a wider range of people since we live in a fast-paced and ever-changing world. 3D design has turned the real estate industry on its head. And 3D designs are used to change and beautify houses, hotels, offices spaces, and lounges, amongst others. To discuss the aspects of a good 3D interior design is Zungwe Bem Emmanuel, the installer. Welcome, Zungwe.
Good morning. Thank you for
Good morning. It's good to have you on Daybreak Extra.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. So, talking about 3D design, right? A lot of people know what interior design is all about. But what makes it different from 3D design?
Okay. The 3D aspect is it gives it a different look, give the whole place a different look. Like it's so durable, modern stylish, and it lasts as long as the whole building. It's also fireproof and also waterproof.
Is that the same thing with POP?
No.
Okay. Explain. Can you explain to us?
Okay. We have the 3D, and the 3D we have the 3D epoxy, which carries the vinyl, and we still have that on the flooring. We have a 3D vinyl. We have a 3D vinyl. I also have metallic floors, and we have glitters floor, which the glitters floor has most of those shiny stuff people have on your clothes. Yeah. It includes that. Of which the metallic floors doesn't have the glitters stuff, and it doesn't have the vinyl. Of which the 3D epoxy flooring, it has the picture and the vinyl under. So that's the difference of the floor. Of which we also have wall murals, like normal wall papers, but those ones are advanced than wallpapers. We have 3D, we have 5D and 8D. Of which the 3D, if you touch it, it's just normal, only smooth. But of which the 5D, if you touch it, the shapes of the animals or shape of anything that's on it, if you touch it, you feel the shapes. So that is the difference.
Okay, that's the difference. Like bringing these designs into life. To life. Yes, to life, and not So, like these ones, that's showing on the screen. It looks actually lifelike. Like the fish is actually coming into your sitting room. So that's the whole idea behind. How?
I would say he mentioned something about the floor.
Okay.
And
he talked about vinyl,
Yes, and I was curious. There are homes that you enter and then you would see like live animals. Is it actually live animal? Because I see maybe fishes, just like the picture there. You see fishes around, and I get scared of, am I supposed to walk on this?
Yeah, you're supposed to walk on them, but they're not live animals, they're just pictures.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it 3D.
Yeah, that's
okay,
what makes
but then
it 3D.
How lucrative, is this 3D printing and also, the designing? Because I know a lot of Nigerians prefer a traditional home, and the 3D thing makes it look excessive.
No, the idea about the whole stuff is it's what you want. So just imagine now, we'll create it for you. Unlike the designs. Most of the designs will have graphic designers that get it for us. So when a client needs, let's say, samples, we'll get them, and we'll have samples of our past works. We'll bring them. So we'll show it to you. If you don't see anyone you like or you want, you might just think whatever you want, because we have an AI tool as well. Nowadays, it's a very civilized world. So we have an AI tools. We have AI tools which, if you just explain what you want. Let's say if you want a blue bird on a blue sea, just type it on the AI website and they will give you the picture.
Okay.
Yeah, so just imagine what you want and we'll give it to you.
Oh, I thought it was already something that's already there, that you can just pinpoint and say, this is what I want.
Yeah, most of the sites have, they have those qualities. We'll just go there, we'll pay for them, we'll receive them, we'll download them. They give us the access, we'll download them, we'll take it to our clients. So they choose the one they want. And if they could not find the one they want there, they just give us the idea of what they want. So we'll go to the AI tool. It's also a website. So we'll get it from there.
So how is this, like, how does this process work? We know that when it comes to, I don't know, do they call wallpaper 2D? Is that 2D?
Yes, that's
Okay. So you go to the market, pick them up, and we see them applying gums to it, you know, to be on the wall. But how is this 3D process? Like, can you run us through the process?
Same thing?
Yeah.
Okay, let's start on the flooring first.
Okay.
So in the flooring, the floor, first of all, must be very smooth.
Okay.
It must be smoothing, like it must be smoothed and leveled. Then before you apply it, there are certain processes that must go through before. There are like 5-6 steps to finish the whole work.
Okay.
It's at first you arrange your floors, you dust. You must make sure that there's no dust.
Okay.
On the floor. You must make sure that the whole ground is leveled. And if you're to walk on the floor and you realize that most of the spaces most of the tiles, they have spaces under them.
Okay,
you have to remove them.
Yes.
So that you make sure that there's no space under the tiles.
Okay, I remember when we're doing the wall in my house, and then they had to do, I've forgotten the word. Thank you. Is it screening? Screening, exactly.
Screening.
Okay, they had to do that in order to have this smooth surface. So that's the same thing you're
that's
saying.
the same thing.
Okay.
So after you blow up the dust, then you apply the first step, which is the
Sorry,
component.
before you continue, now when you talk about, making it smooth, it depends on what kind of, how you intend to, what you intend to use. I know a lot of people actually use it, German floors, yes. Is that the best type of floor to use, or are there other floors?
No, the most important thing is that the floor must be strong.
Okay.
Whether normal cement or German floor or tiles, but it must be strong. And it mustn't have holes under, and spaces under.
Definitely.
And it must be
perfect. Okay, so what next?
So after then, that is the step on the step 2 is applying this component A, you mix it together, then you apply on the floor, and you leave it about 6-12 hours for it to get settled and dry, so that if there's any spaces, so that heat will not from the under.
Okay, to ruin it. That's the purpose. Okay.
To cover everywhere. So after 6-12 hours, you come back. Then you apply the third step, which is the coating.
Okay.
Yeah. So you coat the floor. You also leave it for a few hours to get settled. Then you bring in the 3D.
Okay.
The 3D vinyl. You apply it on it, which is the fourth step. Then the last step, you apply the component A and B to make it smooth and bring out the glassy look, which reflects
the glassy look.
Yeah.
Speaking of the glassy look, most times it gets slippery. Those glass. When you're seeing it, anyways, it looks
slippery.
It looks slippery.
It's actually not
let me
slippery.
say, because it looks scary. Like it's like you looking at the mirror, or
Yeah.
So how you're trying to tell me it's not as slippery as it looks?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about the ones in the toilet? We've had tiles accidents and all that. Does it apply to 3D?
Yeah. So after then, we have anti-scratch. This one, even if you use knife, it will not scratch. No matter what scratch is table on it, it will not scratch. So after the whole everything, we apply anti-scratch on it, so that it will not scratch. It won't be slippery. So it's normal.
So it's safe.
Yeah, it's safe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you go about designing, these 3D? Do you design them yourself, or do you order them from?
We order them online.
Oh, so you don't actually manufacture these?
No.
Okay, applications yourself.
Okay. So you're more okay. You are the installer.
But you install them, but you order them. Wouldn't it be a lot cheaper for you to actually manufacture them yourself, considering how the economy is?
Actually, the quality differs. And it depends on the design the person wants. So if you feel the design, it's not that, it won't be that stressing, and you feel you have somebody that can do it, give you the exact result you want, then you go ahead. But if you feel the person, it's a person, kind of person that wants taste, and you too, if you want to give them that taste they want, you give them better qualities, because actually the designs from there, they actually have much more qualities. The qualities are high.
Okay, so when designing a room or a house, what is the most important factor to consider?
Okay, when designing a room or a house, if the building is just coming up, or if it's already a house that people are already staying in,
an old house,
if it's already a house that people are already staying in, you just have to go there and have a look of the whole place. And if there are places where you should touch, let's say retouch, to make everything set for your work, you touch. But if it's a building that is just coming up, or they are just finishing, and you're already there before they finish the work, maybe you will just direct them on how to set the floors and the walls for you, so that the work will be easier for you to set out, to install.
Okay, so just look at that screen. There's this beautiful, amazing feather that it feels like I could actually touch.
Yeah.
Are this all part of the 3D?
Yeah.
This is how it's done on the houses.
On the wall.
So whatever you want, you get.
You get.
Oh.
If it's your picture you want, you get.
So what if you're already living in a house and you want exactly this? Do you need to leave the house first?
Yeah, you need to leave the house, because when they are applying, when they are working, installing it, you don't need anybody to go in. Because immediately you just touch it, the whole work will be damaged.
Oh.
That's without
How long
the
does it
set.
take then?
It depends on the variety of the work. Depends on how big the work is.
Okay.
But let's say if it's just this place, it will take like a week.
What?
A week to get it done.
So if someone wants to get it done, you have to leave your house for 1 week.
Leave your house.
And maybe it's me, then I have to go to Huseina's house.
Sure, definitely.
Okay, all right. You talked about, them having to leave the house and all that. But then before you actually, the client approves, what kind of questions do you have to ask him? What do you have to know about, the particular job you're about to do?
Okay, the most important thing is what he wants. You just ask him to give you an idea of what he wants, how he wants it to look. Then it's already at work. We'll know. Just think, and we'll give it to you as you want it.
Have you ever had any criticisms or negative comment after you finished the work, and what did you do about it?
Actually, I've not had once.
Nobody has said, I don't like the way this thing looks. This is not what I gave you to do, or something.
No.
Oh.
I've not had one, because I'm always very careful, because nobody would risk their money to give you, because it requires a huge amount of money. So nobody will risk their money to give you, then you end up being careless with your work. You have to take your time. Tell them what you need, the requirements. So if they're not willing to do it, for you not to ruin your reputation or your work or your stuff, you just have to tell them your clear mind if you can do it or not. Than compromising it, then at the end of the day not giving them the results they were expecting or the results they want.
You speak about price. Can an average man afford 3D? How pricey is it?
It's quite expensive.
Wow.
So
what's the estimate?
Big boy.
Say estimate for a wall.
It depends on the size.
The size.
Because we do it in square meters. Yeah.
But just an average family home. Let's say you want to change your sitting room.
Yeah,
How can an average man budget? Yes, afford it.
For a sitting room, a normal size sitting room, can budget about close to a mil.
Just for the walls.
For an average Nigerian meal.
The floor.
Okay. Now that it seems like a very lucrative business then. So what are the challenges that you people have experienced in this work?
The challenge is there's one certain time I was doing somebody's bedroom, and they had to pack all their stuffs from the bedroom to the parlor. So a little baby, one small girl, she hanged her toy on the wall. So after we did everything, we were left to go back and do the final touch, of which it was after 3 days that we were supposed to go back. So when we went there, we just saw footsteps on it. Like I was damn. Like damn, what's this? But it seems that all of them, they knew, because I had already told them that nobody should step into the house. But it's the house, I cannot carry the key. I'm not going to.
So the footsteps actually, you know, puts a touch of
An extra ass.
I'm telling you, a touch of chaos on the walk.
When it's not dried, no one's allowed to go in, because if you go in, you actually ruin the whole thing, and the beauty, it won't be there again.
That seems really interesting.
Okay. All right, so
talking about the ceiling morals, we have two different types, which one has lights in them, but that one's so damn expensive. Then one is just the normal, we just apply, we just install it.
Yeah, you talked about lights now, and it just occurred to me that, you know, unlike the normal traditional home, for the 3D effect to actually come out, to pop, you actually need lighting. Yes. So how do you go about that? What kind of light do you use? Is it different from, you know, the usual?
No, it's not really different. It's not different from the usual, but as of the ceiling stretch, this particular one, it comes with its light. This one, it comes with its lights. And this one, it normally has its fittings and settings. So, and if you're to apply that one, you don't need a POP or anything. The roof the ceiling has to be open like that for you to install it.
Okay, that really seems interesting. We would have to budget for it then.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so I think with this, we've actually come to the end of this particular discussion. Thank you so much for joining us this beautiful morning.
I really appreciate it.
And telling us, you know, giving us an in-depth understanding on 3D interior design. Yes. All right, we'll take a quick break and we'll be back shortly.